Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's very exciting webinar. If you haven't already, be sure to answer what type of membership you're on here at Silk and Sonder. If you're not a member, super exciting. We'll tell you all about what Silk and Sonder is in just a second. Few logistical items. Make sure your chat is turned on to everyone. I know this is a demo of sorts, but ultimately this space is for you to also connect with others who are attending today. And second, kind of a funny story and actually quite scary. Right before this, Bailey and I and Allison on my team were just going over a couple housekeeping pieces. And believe it or not, my new suburban home just suddenly PG&E decided to have an outage literally 5 minutes before. So we were getting all prepped for them to lead. But as luck would have it, you're stuck with me. But in case I somehow freeze in the middle of this, if it happens, you're in good hands. Bailey and Allison will run the rest of the show. But for now, I made it. So very excited to have you all here. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Mayhem, the founder and CEO of Silk and Sonder. We are a guided self-care and self-help company that helps individuals reduce anxiety and stress, achieve their goals, win back control of their lives so we can ultimately live happier, healthier, and longer lives. And so today I'm very excited because I'm going to walk you through my vision of personalized coaching. Many of you have heard me talk about it before, but some of you are brand spanking new. And so I'm very excited to share a little bit about that. We'll be going through a demo. We'll be answering your hottest questions. And my favorite, we will be sharing a webinar exclusive deal. So I'm excited to get started. Looking at the poll here, we seem to have a good mix. Really excited to see some folks that have never even tried Silk and Sonder. We have some of you who are on both of our tiers, so both the journaling and the coaching program. And then the majority of you seem to be current members of Silk and Sonder's journaling program. So I will be sure to share how personalized coaching can supercharge your experience. Um, as I shared, Bailey is going to be moderating. She's also going to be helping me with the slides. We have a lot to get through. So if you see me kind of looking here and looking here, I have some notes. I want to make sure that we cover all of our bases so that all your questions are answered. But to get us started, let's go ahead and talk about our community guidelines because we are here on a live event. So community guidelines, you guys know the drill here. Be kind and courteous to yourself and others. No promotions or spam, please. Respect everyone's privacy. So in our chat, people might be sharing things. This is their space to share. So please don't take screenshots and share with others. Be sure to respect. And then no hate speech or bullying or disparaging comments towards either myself, the brand, each other in the chat, employees, all of that needs to be kind of redirected to hello@silkandsonner.com. Limit any product and accessory questions outside of personalized coaching. Of course, if you have questions around our guided journaling subscription, totally add those to the chat. Bailey will get to those, or even our Sonder fan members might get to those. And then last but not least, redirecting all customer care inquiries to our team. And Sonder Socials, aka events like this that are live, are ultimately a tool to help elevate our emotional health through the power of community. But we are responsible for our own emotions, well-being, and decisions. So I don't think there should be anything today, but in case there's something that you find either triggering or is kind of getting in the way in your space, then you can always just hop out and we will be sending you a recording so you can watch everything on your own time. But hopefully you are all in good hands and we have a great time. So moving on to our agenda, we'll start with a little bit of a reintroduction to the brand. I know most of you are familiar. We'll walk you through my personal story and vision behind building personalized coaching. And then we'll get into the who, the what, the why, and even show you a couple success stories. And I'm sure in the chat, people will be sharing all demo long. And then we'll go into a demo, which will show you specifically the different features. Don't worry about, understanding everything right off the gate. We will be sending you the links. There's plenty of other demos after this, but it'll be exciting for you to get to see that live. And then we will be talking a little bit about the AI and the human magic behind this product. So I know there's a lot of sentiments out there when it comes to AI. I am a former software engineer, and so I'm a little bit biased, but one thing, I don't always get from founders of other brands is the true story of what's behind the scenes. And so that's why I create time to do these things, because I want you to feel like you're co-creating this product with me, just like you did with the journals. And it's important to bring you in on that journey, sorry. And then we'll end with our Q&A and raffle. And I will be sharing, just so everyone has a heads up and pays attention, I will be sharing the webinar only exclusive code, because there will be plenty of times where you'll be considering joining and then you're going to doubt it and you're going to go ask someone else, and then you're going to delay it. And I don't want you to delay your dreams. So I'm going to be having that code kind of appear. And if at any point you want to sign up, you can sign up. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. And so if you're new to personalized coaching, please take advantage of it as I share. All right, on to our mission. So our mission here at Silk and Sonder is, very much to help you reclaim the driver's seat of your life. I want everybody who joins Silk and Sonder to unlock the real, authentic version of themselves, because in my opinion, that is the best version of yourself, so that you can maximize your full potential and ultimately live a happier, healthier, and longer life. And so what we do here at Silk and Sonder is give you the tools, digital, physical, community tools, to help you go from where you are today to where you want to be. And I think the ultimate desire that I've always had is to create a personalized, science-backed, and community-driven approach to daily and proactive self-care and personal growth. So our core membership offerings, Bailey, if we can go to the next slide. Yeah, great. Our core membership offerings really boil down into these two tiers. So we have guided journaling, which, as many of you know, is our monthly journal meets planner, our community events like Sonder Socials, our companion mobile app, which houses Sonder Club, and daily rituals and all this kind of content to help you go deeper in your reflection and action journey. We also launched a digital version of the monthly journal meets planner due to popular demand. There's a lot of people in the Sonder fam who prefer that digital first approach. They like to get creative with their iPads and their tablets. And so if that is something of interest, we are honoring your membership to be transferred over from physical to digital. So just email hello@silkandsonder.com. But this is really for reflection. This is for action. This has all the goodness from personal development books that I personally read and curated together to create a system that has helped thousands and thousands and thousands. So that's our kind of signature product. Personalized coaching, which is somewhat new, and we're going to talk all about it today. That is our newest tier. And what this does is, for the journaling members, it supercharges their journey because we get to know who you are and help you through prompts and exercises within the journal and beyond. But it's also for people who maybe aren't ready for the journaling component. They want something that's kind of on the go and getting them the faster results that they want. And so, ultimately, you might gravitate towards one or the other, but most of you will eventually get to a point where you want both. You might ebb and flow, and that's totally okay. And some of you might not even be ready for either of these, and that's 100% okay, right? You should just come here to learn, so that way, if this rings a bell for someone in your life, you can recommend this product to them. But hopefully, you're here because you want to actually make change and transform your life. Right here, like I said, we are ready to share the webinar code. You're going to get $100 off your first 4 months. Like I said, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you show up and you try it and it just doesn't work, you let us know and we'll return your money. Again, this is for new members only. So just go to coach.silkandsonder.com and use the code webinar, or you can scan this QR code at any point. So let's go ahead and move on to our grounding activity. So I want everyone, I can't see you, but I'm trusting you. I want everyone to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to all think about what brought you here today. Perhaps it's something that's feeling heavy. Maybe you were just curious about personalized coaching. Maybe you just wanted to hang with the Sonder fam, the group of uplifting individuals. But whatever it is, you decided to show up for yourself. And you could be anywhere. It's a Thursday evening. For many of you, it's later in the evening. For others, you might have just gotten off of work or off of your household duties, but you decided to show up here for yourself. So I want you to go ahead and take 3 big, deep breaths with me, one for ourselves, one for our fellow peers who are here with us tonight, and one for our community and world at large that needs it the most. So go ahead and inhale. Exhale. That was for yourself. One more for your fellow peers who are here tonight with you. Inhale. And exhale. And one more for the world at large. Go ahead and inhale. And exhale. And keeping your eyes closed, trusting you on that one, I want you to think about which area of your life feels particularly heavy or top of mind. So the areas I want you to think about are health, wealth, relationships, career, or something else. So health, wealth, relationships, career, or something else. And just when you have that, I want you to just go ahead and give yourself a little nod or acknowledgement. For some of us, this might be an area where we feel particularly stuck in. We either don't know where to start or we've tried a bunch of things and are just not seeing the results that we want. And for others, you might be in a place where you were just super energized. This is an area of your life that you see so much opportunity and want to take it to the next level. So whatever that is for you, go ahead. Now open your eyes. And we'll go to the next slide. And I want you to just spend 1 minute answering this for me. So Bailey, if we can throw up that poll, I'm curious where everyone is at in terms of wanting to see positive change in their life. Let's just take a minute to do that. I'm seeing some chitter chatter on the chat of wanting to choose all. I'm there with you. And that's probably why you'd want to be in personalized coaching, because that's the goal, to elevate all areas. Great. Let's just give people a couple minutes, or sorry, a couple seconds. Interesting. Pretty split. I was hoping to see one over the other, but this kind of shows you that everybody's navigating something, whether they realize it or not. But awesome. So looks like physical health by a little bit, one, followed by career, relationships, wealth, and then other. If you want to drop in the chat what you chose or elaborate on anything, please do. Just by answering this question and being aware of what you'd like to see positive change in, you're already a perfect candidate for personalized coaching. And if you don't know, that's totally okay, because that's also what we help you figure out based off of, who you are, where you come from, what you're seeking. You might not be able to distill it down to an area of your life. So before we go into exactly what personalized coaching is, let's just back up and talk about my vision for Silk and Saunders personalized coaching platform. Oh, my image didn't show. Well, you'll see that in later this month when I send you a birthday note on Silk and Sonder. That image is me with my selfie of personalized coaching. So we'll send that to you in a follow-up email. But as you can see here, my story really is the reason I launched personalized coaching. So like most great products, it always starts with a deep pain point or problem that the founder faces. And we become crazy obsessed with trying to solve this problem for ourselves And then ultimately, we want that solution to exist for others around us. So if you see on the far left, you can see my love for computers started relatively early, probably influenced by my father, who was a professor of computer science at UC Santa Barbara. So it's no wonder that I ended up studying computer science and becoming a software engineer, always tinkering, building on the side. And as you can see with these two middle pictures, these were the early days of Silk and Sonder when I was working my full-time job as a software engineer for Stitch Fix, packing orders after date night. You can see me probably a little tipsy packing orders, but they still made it to your mailboxes. And whether it was rain, snow, or shine, I was there actually taking these to USPS because in New York they didn't pick up reliably. So ultimately, that led me to starting Silk and Sonder's first product, which is the guided journaling membership. But while I was a software engineer at Stitch Fix, that's when I fell in love with data and how data science and technology and algorithms could foster this magical experience for consumers that made them feel inspired and confident. And they did that with personal styling, right? So I started to wonder, how can we bring this to personal development? How can we bring this to personal well-being? We're all such unique souls and individuals, and we're evolving, and life happens to us, and we react and we change, and all these things that we're unpacking all the time. But there's nothing out there that's personalized. So ever since day one, I've always wanted to bring personalization, but I didn't quite know how I would do that or when I would do that because it requires a lot of capital and resources until generative AI came along. And so I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own personal growth through coaching, through therapy, through books, through research, through courses, all of it. And it dawned on me that, I spend anywhere from $350 to $1,000 a session. And ultimately, even if that session is very cathartic, I have to remember what I talked about. I have to make sure that I hold myself accountable in between sessions. I have to make sure that I come up with homework so that I don't forget what I learned. And it just felt very daunting and frustrating that I couldn't just text my coach anytime I wanted and get feedback right away. And so then, that fast forward to later last year, the hyperachiever in me just wanted a solution where I had a better holistic understanding of myself. We know that personalities are fixed. How do we combine all that knowledge about ourselves into one? Similarly, I wanted actionable steps. I'm impatient. I want results. And so I want something that's going to work for me and how I think and how I am motivated, not for what works for my friend. I didn't want a one size fits all solution because I feel like I'm different and I need different things. And I wanted something affordable and accessible and someone reliable that I could message or text whenever I wanted to unblock me. And so, being a technologist, of course, I always knew we'd integrate AI into the offering, and that was made possible last year. And thanks to the help of our beta users, we've done a lot to make sure that it's as tailored as it can be, but we're constantly improving the algorithm because that's what technology is all about: learning, iterating, optimizing so that it stays in service for your needs. And ultimately, I'm building the solution that I wish I had. Just when I started the journal, I wanted that. And now I wanted personalized coaching, and I brought it to life so I could give it to the Sonder fam and beyond. So let's get into the why. So people don't realize this, but the biggest challenge between you and your goals is not a lack of effort. If you're sitting there, whatever area of life you chose, you probably have tried something or the other, but are still feeling stuck. And that's not due to lack of effort, that's due to lack of awareness. Most of us don't realize how our mindset, hidden blocks, and deeply ingrained patterns hold us back. And the goal isn't to change who you are. In fact, it's the opposite. It should be more about living this life and working on your goals in a way that's authentic to you. And that is exactly what personalized coaching is all about. So the truth is, you could do all the affirmations, you could do all the journaling alone or venting to a friend, but that's not going to get you from where you are today and where you need to go. You have to actually unblock yourself and you have to be aware of what's blocking you and how you're wired. And what you actually need is personalized accountability, something that's tailored to you, your personality and values, your goals, how you're intrinsically motivated, and something that evolves with you and for you rather than being a set solution. And that's ultimately why we decided to create Silk and Saunders personalized coaching, because that gives you that clarity, that structure, and the support you need to create real, lasting change. So if we take myself as an example, you can see I'm founder and CEO of Silk and Sonder. I'm a woman. I'm South Asian. You could probably come up with a bunch of other adjectives about me. But ultimately, that's just on the surface, right? In reality, I am all of these things. I'm an Enneagram type 3. I'm a projector in the human design chart. I'm all these things. I have a lot of things that I'm working on through self-sabotaging beliefs about myself, being a hyperachiever, being restless, catastrophizing, thinking about should statements. There's just so much, plus my upbringing, plus the things that drain me, plus the things that energize me. And so what works for me is not going to work for you. And that's really what personalized coaching is unlocking. It's taking all of this information and helping you chart a path towards success that's actually going to work. And I think one thing that, I've shared before, but whenever I would take these personality tests, I'd feel inspired, but it would just be catered to that personality test. I wouldn't have something that really encompassed all of me in one place. And so we have found that when people get their personality report for the first time, they are just blown away because they finally understand how everything works together. And ultimately, we want to help you live a more liberating life by being more of who you are and then quieting those blocks that we've come to believe about ourselves that are actually untrue and holding you back from your goals. So getting into how it works, it's pretty straightforward. It takes 30 seconds to sign up. Actually, the team and I have a bet. We're placing bets on how many new folks we can get into personalized coaching today. So the more that we get, the better the team is going to feel. So be sure to be scanning that QR code or joining via the chat. But it literally takes 30 seconds to sign up and only about 30 minutes, maybe an hour if you really go deep with it to onboard, to buy back your time, energy, and joy so you can live this longer, healthier, happier life. So how it works, we get to know the real you. So you take a bunch of personality assessments. Many of those you've probably already done, especially if you're part of Silk and Sonder. Things like the Enneagram and, Myers-Briggs and some of those other tests that we made you take before. As soon as you onboard, we send you a full personality report with masterclasses to go with it. And so in that full personality report, we'll get into the details, but you really get a holistic understanding of self. Then we move on and we give you actionable daily or weekly plans so you can go from current state to ideal state. You get access to your 24/7 personalized life coach who knows you better than you know yourself. And then that leads to getting results faster and, more importantly, more joyfully. And the outcome is that you'll feel more clear, focused, and in control of your life, and you'll build sustainable habits that help you reduce stress and enhance mindfulness. So going into what's included. So just to go deeper on what's included, personalized personality reading / personality report. This is the in-depth holistic report that comes with recommended daily and weekly habits, a whole synopsis on why you are the way that you are, you feel seen, you feel understood, and a recap of kind of your current state and where you're headed, amongst a few other things. But it's really a great place, like a great foundational place for you to come back to at any point when you feel, triggered or any kind of negative beliefs are coming up. You can kind of come and see why that might be. On the flip side, if you really need to figure out, okay, how do I live my life in a more freeing way? You've got your core values in there. But it's a really great recap of who you are and a snapshot into where you're headed. Then you get your daily plans. We say daily, but actually you can choose between daily, weekly, or multiple times a week. In here, this is how you get from where you are today and where you want to go. And this is always evolving. So you get a personalized mantra, tip of the day, affirmations, journaling prompts, and manifestation exercise based off of who you are and what you want. And we'll be going into the demo so you can see that in action. Then you get a 24/7 coach. And in that you can chat or, I like to call it text, but it's not quite text. You can chat with your personalized coach at any point. And again, she knows everything about you. And so she's going to give you recommendations based off of who you are, not some generic version based off of everybody who's using the service. And so, typically people are using this in conjunction with their plans, and then other times they're using it in more reactive moments. If something happens, you can pull this up, ask your coach, oh my God, what do I do? And she'll explain why you're feeling the way that you're feeling and an exercise or two to help you overcome that. And then there's plenty of other use cases. And then last, content library. This is a growing library of masterclasses and webinars to go deeper on those self-development topics. And so this is, right now, this is a lot of our exclusive socials that go into here, but over time, we're going to be adding things that are just more evergreen and not always live webinars. They will be expert-led or led by myself. Great. So who is coaching for? Let's move on. Many of you might be wondering, is this right for me? Am I ready for something like this? So I want you to all just take a minute and read through all 6 of these. I can read them out loud, but I want to know if any of these resonate for you. And we'll be throwing up a poll in just a second. Oh, great. Exactly what I was hoping for. Please vote if you haven't already, if at least one of these resonates for you. Okay. So I think we can end the poll. So about 99% of you have said that yes, some or all of these do, and 1%, none of these resonate with me. If none of these resonate with you, then fantastic. Maybe coaching is not something you need at this time, or stick along, just stay along and see if you change your mind. But for the rest of us, yeah, I think at least one of these definitely resonates. I know for me, when I joined coaching in general, it was this feeling that I was trying things, nothing was working, and then also that I was capable of more, and then also just losing sight of my own needs. And so if these resonated for you, I just want you to know you are not the problem. The problem is that personal growth tools out there are not designed for you. They're too generic, or they lack kind of that accountability or that motivation factor that you need. And that's where our service for personalized coaching changes everything. It adapts to you, it evolves with you, and it provides the daily structure and real-time support you need to move with confidence. So thank you for sharing. And by saying that, you are ready for personalized coaching. So I just wanted to confirm that it is right for you.
Hi everyone, Bailey here. I'm just hopping on. It looks like we might have lost Meha. Hopefully her power hasn't gone out again, but it's very possible because this is what happened to us earlier. So I want to introduce Allison to all of you. She's going to take over until we hopefully get Meha back.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here with you all. Just a little backstory on me, just so you know who I am. I am Allison. I am Mayho's assistant. I've been with Silk and Sonder for, almost about 3.5 years now. And I've been working with Mayha on the personalized coaching from the start. This was an idea she brought to me probably about 1.5 years ago. I was like, what if you had all of this? She laid it all out to me, and I was like, that's amazing. We should do that. So I have been heavily involved in the product as well, and I will take it over from here. So we have a few success stories that we wanted to call out to show you who is utilizing personalized coaching at this time and what successes they're seeing. So Kimberly, I think you might be here tonight. I know you and I have chatted quite a bit, but Kimberly posted this on her LinkedIn, walking through, like, if you're looking for this change in your career, in your relationship, or some part of your life, you can't rely on outdated information. And she highlights how coaching has helped her. We wanted to just showcase the different parts of Kimberly's personality to show you how it is different for everybody. As you might have noticed earlier, Meha is, manifesting. She's a Jess. Sorry, Meha's calling me right now. But I'm gonna just continue on and keep going here. So on to the next slide, Bailey. Great. And then we have Erin's success story. So again, Erin posted this here in Sonder Club. She is a coach herself, and she is just blown away by what the program can do for her. Not only just, giving you those affirmations and prompts, but also the chat and how it really can reframe some thinking, traps that you might be heading down, or different parts of your personality that it pulls in. So just that other great testimonial there. Awesome. And now we are going to move on to the demo. So Bailey is going to pull that up. It'll actually be led by me. It's a previously recorded demo, so it'll probably be a little bit better than my happily hopping in here and chatting away. So I will hand it over to you, Bailey.
Awesome. Just 1 second here to get it all pulled up. We kind of have to do this stop share, reshare thing with some of these different links and things. So bear with us. Gotta love it when Zoom decides to play pranks on us. You guys know. Anybody that has been with us for a while.
We are having a technical difficulty kind of night. We appreciate you all bearing with us.
All right, almost there. Thank you so much for your patience, you all. Just one more moment.
Hello, my name is Allison, and I am a member of the Silk and Sonder team. I'm here today to give you a walkthrough of our personalized coaching plans. So when you sign up, we'll have you do a variety of personality tests. We'll also ask you a little bit more about your upbringing, any positions that you've previously held, what energizes you, what trains you, and then your current and ideal states for your goals. We take all that information and we create what we call our personality snapshot. So here's where most of our members see the true aha. We feel like we're having ourselves explained to ourselves in a way we've never, thought of before. So this is typically where members are really excited for their plans. We also will house all of your information from your different tests here, so you can come back at any time, especially when you're going through our content library and maybe going through your Myers-Briggs or your Enneagram, and maybe you forgot which type you are. You can always come back here and check on that as you dig deeper into your personality. We'll also have space for your vision board, as well as your core values. At the bottom here, we have our focus areas. So you'll have your ideal state at the top, as well as the daily and weekly habits that are going to take you from where you currently are to your ideal state. And finally, we have some fun self-discovery homework that you can complete at any time. This just helps our coaches know a little bit more about you and also personalize your plans even further. All right, now I'm going to hop over and show you what a plan would look like. So let's click on this one. So here is what you would receive via text. You have the option to receive daily, weekly, every other day, every couple of days, whatever works best for you. You also get to select what time you want to receive your plans at. So once you click into there, you will see a mantra, which will really get you fired up and excited for the day. A tip of the day, this is my new favorite feature. It really dives into your different personality types and what you can do that day to work a little bit harder on maybe tweaking something that might be holding you back or something that could be your superpower, and really honing in on that today. The next section is breath work. And then we'll have affirmations and journaling prompts that are tailored to your specific goals, your personality, and your ideal states. If you're ever feeling like a journaling prompt doesn't resonate with you, you have the option here to replace them. We'll give you 3 more options that you can choose from. You also can have your coach help you on certain journaling prompts. This is one of my favorite features as well. So you can just hit this button here that says Get Help. Your chat will pop open, and we will give you a response to the prompt. If you prefer just to have some thought starters, we can help you there as well. And then finally, we have our manifestation activities. Again, like the journaling prompts, if the manifestation activity isn't something that resonates with you that day, you can always hit this replace button and we can generate more for you. At the bottom here, we have what we call our notes for next time section. This is where you can tell your coach anything that might be top of mind, any tweaks that you want to see in your plan. Maybe you didn't enjoy a certain manifestation activity, you'd prefer something different. You can go ahead and put it in this section and we will incorporate that in your future plans. We also have this really great content library that we are constantly adding new content to. As I mentioned before, these tend to go deeper on different parts of your personality, as well as core values, self-limiting beliefs, and goal setting. So this is an awesome section to come to when you're feeling a little bit more motivated to dive deeper on those different areas. We also have this section here for preferences, where you can go ahead and update any of your preferences anytime, as well as update your focus areas. And we'll always keep a past record of all of your focus areas so you can come back and see what progress you've made over time. And finally, we have our saved item section. So if you really loved a certain prompt, you can go ahead and save it in this section and we will keep it here for you over time. Thanks for joining me for this quick demo today.
Awesome. I will wait for you to pull the slide deck back up, Bailey. And then just the next slide, Bailey. Awesome. So I see there's a little bit of chatter about AI and how we use that. So we wanted to show you just a few of the ways that you can communicate with your coach in the chat. So you can go ahead and ask for help on journaling prompts, or if you are a current Silicon Sonder member, you can ask for help on specific journaling pages as well. Another thing I like to do is if I'm having like a tough day or something is top of mind for me, I put that in the chat and just get real-time advice from my coach. And it's super helpful from like stopping myself from going down any sort of like thought spirals, just really pulling me into the mindset that I want to be, reminding myself of my values, who I am, and why I might be feeling that way, because it is directly related back to my personality. Perfect. And then going off of that, so we are using AI as a tool for human connection. So AI alone cannot solve the challenges for longevity, loneliness, and the human need for connection. But when technology is harnessed with a human-first approach, it becomes a force multiplier. So this means we are amplifying personalization, deepening our support, and enhancing the way that we can celebrate and nurture humanity. So we're not using AI here to replace human connection, we're actually supercharging it. So behind the AI that we're using, as May had mentioned, we are the humans behind it that are putting that out there. So we're simply using AI as a tool. And as you may know, AI has been around for a long time. It's kind of what's behind, how you get your Netflix recommendations or DoorDash recommends the new restaurant in your neighborhood. So AI was what the big companies could all use in the past, but has now become accessible for the smaller companies here like Silicon Sonder, where we can utilize this machine learning to actually enhance the lives of our members. So it's really just the best of both worlds, making sure that we have the human connection and the technology to really personalize all of your plans to you. Awesome. And then I know we have lots of fun stuff in our plans right now, but we do have some new features coming soon. So the first one is just more robust and shareable content with your personality and mindset. So within there, we're redesigning that whole personality snapshot, and we're creating what we're calling our mindset fit score. Sorry, I thought I heard someone talking. I thought Mayha might have joined back in. So your mindset fit score is going to be a way to assess where you are in your journey for coaching. We'll have the ability to save prompts and affirmations, and we're continuously improving our algorithm as we go. So going and making sure that, you know, your plan is still continuously personalized to you, and making sure that we are utilizing the AI in the best way possible. So the order of these might vary, which ones are more pressing and whatnot, which is the beauty of technology, and also the curse, as we can see tonight, where Mayha has had some technology issues. We experience those as well with our products. So just kind of the beauty of that. But we do try to get these new features out as quickly as possible in order to give you the overall best experience. Perfect. All right, so we are almost to the Q&A and raffle section, but I wanted to take a moment because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I don't have the time. As you know, that's how we typically feel, but this is by far the most common excuse that we hear. I am the voice behind all of the concierge emails. Like I said, I've been heavily involved in the product development here, and that is the most common thing that I hear from people. And is I don't have the time to do this. You know, it's too much. I just couldn't get into it. So we know it's more than just the price. But because many of you already pay for self-help and personal growth tools like therapy, coaching, books, the service is giving you the daily and 24/7 access for a fraction of that price. So like I said, time is our most common excuse, but the thing about time is it's the excuse that we have, but like we all might be doom scrolling, or we're overthinking things, or, you know, doing things in our lives that aren't actually progressing our goals. Maybe you have time to sit and watch Netflix every evening. Those things are all great, right? Like those are great ways to decompress, but in order to get yourself to where you want to go, you're going to have to spend some of the time on the personalized coaching and getting the help that you actually need. But since we know it is a lot of time that you have to put into this, we do make it really easy to fit into your routine. So you can choose whether you want to receive your plans weekly, multiple times a week, daily. And the other thing is you don't have to do everything within the plan in order to achieve results. Like on my busier days, I typically only read the tip of the day, and then I'll read through my affirmations. I like to get to my breath work. It doesn't always happen. And then if I have the time, I will do my journaling prompt, or if I don't, I go ahead and just hit get help and read through what my coach says for how she would answer that prompt based on what she knows about me. So I just want to encourage you, if there's any part of this that you feel excited about, there's this tiny little voice in your head saying like, you know, you're saying like, it's, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. I want you to know that it's probably an excuse. So I want you to go ahead, get out your phone, scan the QR code and join us. And remember that you have 30 days risk-free. If you don't like it, you can go ahead and let us know. We can always refund you back. But if there's any part of you that wants to give this a shot, we really encourage you to go ahead and try it out. Awesome. And on to Q&A. Great. Bailey, do you want to read the question for me and I can just kind of answer it?
Sure. Let me just get those pulled up real quick. I know that we polled some of you in the community here for some questions, so just give me a moment. Sorry, Allison, for some reason, it's not letting me access those questions that were pulled.
No worries. I think I have them right here. So one of the questions received is that I already have a therapist. So what about this program would give you more? So personalized coaching can be seen as both a complement or a supercharger to your existing therapy practices, or if you're in coaching already, you can use it alongside it, or if you find that this is a better fit, that's great as well. So obviously we all have different needs. A therapist is present and available for you for your sessions, but they might be unlikely to give you the attention on like the 24/7 basis that we would be able to give you with the personalized coaching. So you can definitely always like upload insights from therapy into the chat or the notes for next time. So you can have your plans be even more tailored towards you and meaningful in between those sessions. So that's where we see a lot of users enjoying their plans if they are in therapy or coaching, is they use it as that in-between kind of level setting, making sure they're consistent with whatever homework they might be working on, or something that your therapist said, okay, this is what I want you to work on for that week. You can go ahead and tell your coach and we can incorporate it into your plans, and then you can share those results with your therapist or coach or whoever. Kind of similar to how our journals work as well. I know there's so many of us receiving those services, and therapists and coaches love our products because they are hitting home on so many of those important things to make sure you're maintaining routines, tracking your moods, all those different types of things. So if you utilize our journaling program, it's kind of, and you're in therapy, it's, a little bit of the similar thing. You might journal and bring that to your session, and you might utilize the personalized coaching and bring that to a session as well. The next question is, can we use this on desktop or just mobile? And like, what are we compatible with? So the way you'll receive your plan is via text every day, but you can still access it from a computer. So we have a website where you just sign in with your phone number and you can access everything. So during the demo, you were looking at my screen and that was on my computer itself. So you can do it from your phone or from your computer. So I like to type out my notes, or if I'm like, I really need to chat a lot, I go ahead and do that from my computer because I'm a lot faster at that. But you have the option to do either. We're also working on different delivery methods. So hopefully here within the next few months, we can have it delivered via email if that's more suitable for you versus text. So just know that those options are hopefully coming soon. And then I saw some questions in the chat about, what are we using? How are we keeping data safe? And those types of AI type questions. So just to ease everybody's mind, whatever you are sharing with us via chat, via the onboarding, it's not being sold anywhere. We're simply using this information to personalize your plans and curate them for you. So all of your data is encrypted, and we're not selling that to any third parties. So hopefully that alleviates any privacy concerns. But if you do have any additional ones, please feel free to reach out, like we said, to concierge@siliconsonder.com, and I'm happy to go deeper there on any of those types of questions. And then finally, I saw some other questions in the chat too about whether this is just AI or a real human. So obviously it would be really hard for us to have a coach that is available for you 24/7. So no, it is not fully a real human. We do use are algorithms that are driven by AI. We use human experts and personal development research to make this the most accessible technology out there to speed you up and give you some insights that like a human probably wouldn't give you. And I can speak to that myself. Different parts of my personality that I've learned through the coaching plans, I'm not sure that anybody in my life would have put together for me in such a beautiful way. And like pushing me to be better and focus on parts of my personality that I might not want to look at. So definitely it's a cool way that we're utilizing all of this. And then we can move on to the raffle. Perfect. Bailey, do you have the winners? So it looks like Anne Laughlin and Andrea Zufelt. Is that how you say it? Yay. I will be reaching out to both of you via email, and I will get you set up on your coaching plans, as well as make sure we have the best address to send over your Elevate planner. So congratulations. And finally, we just wanted to give you one more opportunity to go ahead and take advantage of this webinar exclusive offer. So you've already done the most important step by being here today. So you have nothing to lose by signing up, and you have everything to gain. So if I were you, if I was in your shoes, I would definitely recommend joining today. Like we've mentioned a few times, we do have that 30-day money back guarantee. So you can go ahead and give it a shot. If you don't like it, then of course we can go ahead and refund you, but definitely would encourage you to take advantage of this offer. I'm not sure how many of you know that it takes up to 3 months to build a habit. That's why we did the 4 months. So we can get, you can get that habit building within the 3 months. And then hopefully the 4th month, you're like, this is the best thing ever. I can't imagine my life without it. But we really appreciate you all being here tonight. I especially appreciate you all riding with me with the technical difficulties. I know I'm not Meha, and I probably did not give quite as much information as she would have, but we will try to get her to do a recording as well, so that way she can hit on some of those further questions. But yeah, just really appreciate you all. And I see your question in the chat. Yes, I will reach out to you probably tomorrow morning. I'm on East Coast time, so I might be hitting bed soon. But I will reach out to you first thing in the morning, and we'll get you set up. So you can just wait on signing up. But I appreciate you all. Thank you again for bearing with us. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a great weekend ahead.